In my first video on the Eudaimonia Machine, I introduced you to David Dewane's concept for a workspace that promises to help you achieve flow more easily and experience greater well-being in your life. These days, though, many of us work from home or work in spaces that don't support our ability to perform focused work. So, is there hope for the Eudaimonia Machine's innovative design? Well, since the publication of Deep Work in 2016, word about the machine has gotten out, and there have been several attempts to bring it to life. One of the most significant attempts was the Leopold, a Eudaimonia machine named for writer and naturalist Aldo Leopold that was planned for construction in Oklahoma. The layout of the Leopold was similar to that of the original Eudaimonia machine, with a few changes. The first change was the addition of the porch, a covered exterior space meant to represent the bridge between rest and work. Leaving the salon, a place for socializing, you could first hang out in the porch area, before entering the more work-oriented areas. Another change was that the library was moved to after the office, rather than coming immediately before it. The final addition was the contemplative area, placed after the deep work chambers. This would have been the new final room of the machine, offering a chance for reflection and contemplation after periods of deep work. In the final plan, you can see the 7 spaces set in a line, with the porch extending off the side of the machine. In addition to the building's physical layout, the plans for the Leopold also contain Dewane's insights on the building's design and philosophy. He begins by presenting the image of the typical office workday as a haphazard maze between focused work and socializing. You might show up, socialize for a bit, get a little bit of work done, get distracted, rush in the afternoon to get more work done, and then maybe even stay late to catch up. For the Leopold, Dewane's vision was to create a space that facilitated a clean shift between focus and social behavior throughout the day. In this vision, you might start with breakfast, do some deep work, head to the salon, do some more deep work, eat lunch, do some office work, go for a walk, and then finish up at the library. There are, of course, many ways a typical day might go, but with each space of the Leopold having a clear design and purpose, creating intentionality in your day would probably be a lot easier. The Leopold's plans also contain 3 diagrams: a focus diagram, a circulation diagram, and a thresholds diagram, which together demonstrate how the building's design creates a setting that's perfect for deep work. Let's start with the focus diagram. The orange represents how much focus you would achieve in each zone of the machine. As you move through the machine, the intensity of your focus increases, reaching a peak in the deep work chambers. Then there's the circulation diagram. Dewane says that circulation, along with thresholds, is one of the 2 critical time-space elements of the project. This diagram depicts how individuals would circulate through the machine. Dewane emphasizes that it's essential that you move through each stage without bypassing any of the zones, saying that this is critical for the process of effacement. In this context, Dewane defines effacement as mental preparedness, which is the gradual narrowing of focus and elimination of distraction that occurs as you move through the machine. In Dewane's vision, as you move through each room, your attention gradually narrows until you reach the deep work chambers. By the time you reach this room, you'll be completely primed for deep work, and your focus will be completely singular, like the beam of a laser. Finally, there's the threshold diagram, where Dewane outlines the importance of thresholds within the Leopold. He says that thresholds are critical for preparing the mind for what's coming next, and for creating separation between the different zones of the machine. Some notable thresholds within the Leopold include the porch, which, as I noted before, represents the key bridge between rest and work. The library is another threshold that, in Dewane's words, gives you a running start at deep work. And within each deep work chamber are antechambers that allow you to totally prepare for deep work. These antechambers represent the final threshold between distraction and total focus. Dewane also notes that the final 3 rooms of the Leopold, the library, the deep work chambers, and the contemplative area, would have represented most strongly the key of deep work, to use a musical analogy. Those most inclined to this style of work would probably spend most of their working days circulating between these 3 rooms to maximize their productivity. The Leopold is an exciting look into how a Eudaimonia machine might be brought to life, and how its design can help individuals make the most out of their working days. Unfortunately, when the COVID-19 pandemic hit in 2020, the project had to be canceled. Even though the Leopold was never built, its plans allowed for the evolution of the machine's layout and further articulation of its philosophy, paving the way for future projects just like it. So what do you think? Would you have enjoyed going to work at the Leopold? Could modern offices benefit from a more intentional design? Let us know in the comments.